Alright guys, I owed you a video. I owed you a video because I did the coilover install and I said at the end I would take the car out and give you my impressions. Now, it took a while because, we had some bad weather here. Then it took some time to get the car in for the alignment and corner balance. And then I also wanted to put some time on the car. I didn't want to just take it for, a 5-mile jaunt and give you my impressions. So, I've got a couple hundred miles on the car. Oh, bad potholes. We're in New England, so you got to keep your heads up. So, I've got the car back, put 200 miles on it, and here are my impressions. I'm going to get right to it. So, if you're looking for a ride similar to the OEM suspension, you're not going to get it with the Ohlins Road Track. Sorry to say. I mean, there's a lot of info on the web, and everyone will tell you how great these coilovers are. And I'm not saying they're not great, but if you like the way your car drives or rides right now, and you think, well, I want to freshen up the suspension, so let me get, instead of lowering springs or even stock dampers or whatever you're contemplating for a solution, if you think, well, if I get coilovers, I've got full adjustability, so I can just dial it in until I get to my OEM ride, the feel of an OEM suspension. Well, you can't do it. It doesn't. You just can't. And I guess I didn't really know that fully. Okay, and I did some searches, and that was kind of my target, was to get to the stock suspension feel, because I really liked it. It gave a really pleasant ride. A damp kind of smooth, that type of thing. And I thought with the adjustments I could get there, and maybe not quite there, but close enough. Well, you can't do it. Okay, so right now I've got these dampers at 18, both on 18 out from full hard. And I've talked to Ohlins about this. You can go beyond 18. They said those adjustments don't really matter. They said where you're at right now, you could go to 21 or 22 and it doesn't make any difference. So whatever that curve is, right, we're kind of already maxed out. So this is as soft as you're going to get this setup until you go to another set of springs. In fact, I may consider that. So, we talked about that. Ohlins gave me some part numbers. They said typically when you get to this point, people are happy and they don't feel like they want to go to a lighter spring. And I'm not going to make that decision right away. I'm going to continue to drive the car. But I'm just telling you, if you're looking for that OEM kind of ride, you're not going to get it. Okay, I feel every little bump, every little ripple, and the harsh bumps are harsh now. Okay, so when I'm driving this car, there's a few times where I just kind of wince. It's like, it's kind of a bummer, honestly. So that's kind of the negatives. Now, what are the positives? Well, there are some big positives, and that's kind of what I'm struggling with, is do the positives outweigh this new negative? And that's what it's going to take for me to drive the car to figure that out, because now that the car has come back from the alignment and corner balance, it's like a different car. They set up the camber in the front to -1, and they set it up for -2 in the back, and that's pretty mild, relatively, but certainly more aggressive than the OEM setup. The place I brought it to, these guys are racers, right? So they're typically, you know, at the extreme ends of these adjustments. I told them, you know, it's a street car. I don't intend to do any events with it. I want a playful, you know, responsive car. And so that's what we kind of came up with. And really, it's really wonderful the way the car responds now. And the grip. I mean, you know, I would run into understeer pretty quickly when I started to push the car. And I kind of didn't think that was going to go away to the degree that it has with this new setup. It's pretty amazing how tenacious the grip is in a turn. I keep expecting it to start to push, and I haven't really seen that limit yet. You know, at slower speeds, I kind of have felt it, but on the higher speeds, I haven't. Like, it's pretty amazing. So that new dimension to this car has made it, like, exciting to drive. Now, the cost is that, again, the compliance over bumps is not great. So that's where I'm at with my impressions. When I was shopping and I was contemplating all these different solutions, I convinced myself that if I went with coilovers, I had full adjustability and I could make the car whatever I want. I'm just warning you guys, you can't do that. The car, at least with these springs, the stock springs that come with the Ohlins, you're going to end up with a car that's not as comfortable as the stock suspension. So it's up to you to determine whether it's worth it or not. I'm still in that stage, so I'm going to put time on the car, drive it this summer. I can try the softer springs if it becomes really annoying to me. And worst case, if I am just truly not happy, I'll take the Ohlins off and sell them. You know, that the beauty is, and kind of the reason why I stepped up and got like these coilovers versus some others, is that I can probably get almost all my money back. They won't have a lot of miles, even if I drive it all summer. So anyway, that's my review. I wish I could give you more definitive, you know, conclusion or summary, like tell you, yeah, definitely buy them, or, you know, they're not worth the money, or any of that. I can't. It's really going to be up to you. So hopefully this sheds a little bit of light and helps you make some of those decisions.